For most of her life, Amira believed success meant motion. She was always doing, running meetings, replying to emails at midnight, scrolling through updates, measuring her worth in checkmarks and deadlines. She worked as a project manager for a large tech firm, leading dozens of people, but never once led herself toward peace. Her mornings began with coffee instead of breakfast, her nights with blue light instead of sleep. "I'll rest after this project," she'd tell herself, but the project never ended. There was always another launch, another demand, another storm of expectations. It wasn't until one gray Tuesday that her body rebelled. She was giving a presentation when her hands began to tremble. Her breath shortened, the room spun, and suddenly, the world went dark. She woke up in a hospital room, machines humming softly beside her. The doctor explained it gently. Severe burnout, dehydration, and anxiety-induced collapse. In simple terms, her body had finally spoken the words she refused to hear. For weeks, she stayed home. The silence was deafening. No notifications, no meetings, no noise. Just her and her restless thoughts. She felt guilty for resting, as if peace was something she hadn't earned. One morning, while looking out her apartment window, she noticed a neglected potted plant on her balcony, dry, brittle, almost dead. It was something she bought months ago for aesthetic but never watered. She stared at it for a long time. Then, quietly, she fetched a jug of water and poured it over the dry soil. That small act became her ritual. Every morning, she watered it. She touched the soil, trimmed away dead leaves, and watched for signs of life. Days passed, and tiny green shoots began to appear. Slowly, the plant lifted its head toward the sun. Something changed in Amira too. She started watering herself. She replaced coffee with herbal tea. She walked instead of scrolling. She sat under the sky and let silence become her friend instead of her fear. Each leaf that grew on that plant reminded her of a truth she had long forgotten. Growth doesn't happen through force. It happens through care. Months later, when Amira returned to work, her team noticed something different. She smiled more. She spoke slower. She no longer rushed to fill every silence or chase every task. When asked how she managed to recover so quickly, she simply said, "I stopped treating my body like a machine and started tending to it like a garden." Years later, Amira left her corporate job and started a small wellness retreat by the countryside. She called it the Garden Within. There, she taught others what she had learned, that the body holds memory, that rest is productive, that no seed can bloom without patience and sunlight. And sometimes, in the early morning, she still watered that same little plant, the one that had saved her life by reminding her how to live.